Most DV lottery winners land in America with hope, a suitcase, and a plan that sounds like this. Get any job, stack 2 more jobs if needed, survive the first year, then figure the rest out. I'm telling you the truth. I wish someone had told my friends on day one. There is a faster path, a smarter path, and it is available to you the moment you touch US soil, because you have something most immigrants do not have when they arrive. You have lawful permanent residence. That green card is your unfair advantage. Use it. On this channel, I show you how 3 years can buy you a lifetime bag. So subscribe. Let me start with timing because the clock matters. When you land at the airport and they stamp you in, 2 processes begin. Your social security number is issued and mailed to the address you gave customs. That usually shows up in roughly 10 days to 2 weeks. Your physical green card is produced after you pay the immigrant fee, which is a little over $200. If you pay it before you fly, the card is usually faster. If you pay it after you arrive, expect a delay. Either way, your status is active now. You do not need to wait for plastic to start building your future. Here is the play I share with every DV winner who messages me for advice. Week 1 in the United States. Get your address stable with someone you trust so your mail does not bounce. Then walk into the recruiter office and have a conversation. You are not signing anything. You are not shipping tomorrow. You are asking questions so you can join the right way, with the right contract, the right job, and the right path. Ask what documents you will need once your social security and green card arrive. Ask what jobs are open to green card holders and what jobs require citizenship so you can plan your path to reclass after you naturalize. Ask what your basic training and job school timeline looks like for the roles you qualify for. Ask how long your basic training will take, basically. Ask about bonuses for your field. Ask about housing allowance for dependents during training. Ask about language accommodations for the ASVAB and study resources. Write it all down, or maybe you can even record it. Then go home and get ready. I built my school community for exactly this moment because the recruiter has a mission and you have a life. In my school community, I break down the exact questions to ask, the documents to bring, the traps to avoid, and how to choose a contract that actually saves your future. I will speak more about that at the end, but I want to deliver the value right now. Why do I push the military so hard to new DV winners or anyone that is struggling or anyone period in America? Because it is the only system that gives you stability, income, and long-term benefits from day one. Even when your English is not perfect and your network is 0, you can spend the next 5 years bouncing between rideshare, warehouse, fast food, breeding, and so on. Or you can spend 3 to 4 years in one contract while stacking a foundation civilians will need a decade to build. I have seen both paths up close. A close friend of mine won the lottery visa. He landed with the same green card advantage you have right now. I told him to join the US military immediately. He told me his English was not good enough. He told me his asthma might disqualify him. He told me he needed to lose weight first. The recruiter did not tell him that. He was telling himself that. He told me he would check back next month. 5 years passed. 5 years of 2 and 3 jobs. 5 years of rent that never built equity. 5 years of sending money home and having nothing left at the end of each month. Do you know what finally changed his mind? Not my speeches, fatigue. One day he realized he was not moving forward, just running in circles. He went back to the recruiter, passed the process with documentation and a waiver, and he shipped. Within months, he had a steady paycheck, medical care, and a future. I wish he had not lost those 5 years. I wish he had heard this video on day 1. I wish he had listened to me. If you are hearing me now, let me show you how to avoid his mistake. There are 5 pillars that matter most to a new DV winner. Paperwork momentum, job choice, money math, dependent strategy, citizenship timing. Paperwork momentum means you get your mail right and keep the pipeline hot. As soon as your social security card arrives, scan it and save it. When your green card arrives, scan it and save that too. Collect your passport, birth certificate, marriage certificate if you have one. Convert them into English, divorce decrees if any, children birth certificate, and any court documents. If any document is not in English, I'm saying it, get a certified translation. Gather immunization records if you can. Bring any medical paperwork for conditions that might require waivers. Bring contact details for previous addresses and employers because the background form will ask. When you go back to your recruiter, you will look like the most prepared person in the room. That preparation speeds everything. Job choice is not a random pick. It is a strategic leverage point. The job you choose will shape your schedule, your bonus eligibility, your stress level in training, your promotion pace, and your civilian resume later. If you already have a technical background, aim at roles that transfer to civilian life. Information technology, cyber support, logistics, intel support that you can access once you become a citizen, medical support, aircraft maintenance, trades that are in demand outside. If you have no background, think in 2 steps. Step 1 is the job you can sign today as a permanent resident. Step 2 is the job you want to reclass into after you naturalize. Reclass is like when you switch your job from the main job that you have into another job in the military. Many clearance-bearing jobs require citizenship. That is fine. Get in, excel, naturalize, then reposition yourself. One contract done well can change the next 20 years of your life. Money math is where most immigrants get trapped because they only look at cash in hand, not total value. Let me compare the 2 paths honestly. Outside of the military, many DV winners start with rideshare, warehouse, restaurant, retail, or they usually go braid. For the women, combine 2 jobs and you might see $4,000 in a decent month, right? Now subtract rent, food, taxes, and vehicle costs. Then send money home. What is left? Often very little. Inside the US military, on active duty, your base pay hits twice a month like clockwork. On top of base pay, you receive basic allowance for housing if you have dependents, basic allowance for subsistence, for food, and other special pays depending on your job and location. Medical is covered in the military. Dental is covered in the military. Uniform are covered, they give you for free. Training and moving are covered. They will usually come to your house to pack all your stuff for you for free and take it to your duty station. You don't have to pay anything. You don't even have to pack. They come and pack it for you. Imagine that. You can save, you can breathe. And this part matters for DV winners with families. If you have a dependent before you ship, you will receive housing allowance at the with dependents rate during your training period. Basic training plus job school can run anywhere from a few months to a year depending on your field. During that time, you are in barracks and you are not paying rent and you are focusing on training, but your family is supported through your allowance that you receive. The exact amount depends on the zip code and service rules, but real numbers are $2,500 in some places, $3,000 or more in mid-cost areas, and $4,000 or higher in expensive markets. And that is based on the location where your family lives when you are in training. That money is paid to you to support your household. There are no receipts to turn in, but there are rules about addresses and eligibility that you must follow. If your spouse is living with family, for instance, and the cost of living is low, your ability to save during training is real. If your training pipeline totals 10 months or 12 months and you are able to save $2,000 per month from your housing allowance after covering essentials for your family, that is $20,000 saved before you even report to your first duty station if you are active duty. That is not a hack. That is a program working as designed for real dependents. Do not lie on paper. Do not invent dependents. Do not falsify addresses. But if you already plan to marry your partner and you are serious about building a life together, formalizing that commitment before you ship aligns your family's interest with the system that exists to support families. Be responsible. Be honest. Use the benefit as intended. Dependent strategy goes deeper than the training months. If you go active duty, your first permanent duty station will pay you the with dependent housing rate for that location. If you go reserve or national guard, your housing allowance rules are usually tied to active orders or training periods. This is why your branch choice and component choice matter. If you have nothing yet in the civilian world, go active duty. Do one contract, stack skills and benefits, then decide whether to re-enlist or separate. If you already have a degree pathway or a job paying very, very well, consider the reserve or national guard to keep your civilian life running while you earn benefits and experience part-time. Both are valid. The wrong choice is drifting between low-wage jobs for years because you are afraid to decide. Citizenship timing is the last pillar. As a DV winner, you already hold permanent residence. That alone will help you get in the door faster than someone without status. Once you serve honorably, your path to citizenship accelerates. Many recruits naturalize during basic training or shortly after. Timelines can vary, but I have seen immigrants swear in as US citizens in a matter of months rather than years. Literally after 2 months and a half or 3 months, you can get your citizenship. That citizenship unlocks new jobs that require clearances and raises your value in the civilian market. Hiring managers filter stacks of resume. The veteran resume with real responsibility, real teamwork, and a clearance wins interview. When you have a civilian resume and a veteran resume, guess who they pick first? They pick the veteran resume first. So you have that unfair advantage as a veteran or as a US military member. I know because that is how my own path multiplied. I did one contract. I was not a citizen on day one. I earned my citizenship in uniform. I left the US military with benefits that still pay me today. I moved into information technology and eventually into software engineer role that pays me multiple 6 figures. On top of that, I receive $4,500 tax free every month from my VA disability rating. That is life-changing stability for my family. I'm not telling you this to brag. I'm telling you this so you can see the compound effect that starts with one decision. Now, let us address the common fears and excuses that kill momentum. My English is poor. The military is immersion. You can notice I still have a strong accent. You will learn faster in a unit than you will behind a counter at a restaurant that speaks your native language all day. Study for the ASVAB. There are practice tests. Focus on arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, and mechanical comprehension. Use your evenings to study 30 minutes a day. You will improve. I have a medical issue like asthma. That's another excuse. Do not self-reject. Bring your records. Did the recruiter told you that your condition will prevent you from joining the military? Did he tell you that? Did she tell you that? No, probably no. Why are you giving that yourself as an excuse? Bring your records. Some conditions receive waivers with documentation. Let MEPS decide based on evidence. Lying on medical forms will destroy your future. Tell the truth and let the system work. I'm not in shape. That's another excuse. That is feasible. You do not need to arrive as an athlete at the basic training. You need to arrive committed. Work every day, then jog, then do intervals. Push-up and planks are free. Clean up your diet. Give yourself 8 weeks of focus and you will see real improvement before you ship. Did the recruiter told you that you are not in shape? Don't give that as an excuse. I am afraid of danger. Service carries risk. So does riding for 12 hours a day, drowsy in a city you do not know. The question is not risk or no risk. The question is whether the risk leads to stability, credentials, and benefits that change your family's life. With the military, the answer is yes. I do not want to do 20 years. That's another excuse. You do not have to. Do one contract, 3 years. That's what I did, 3 years. Some people 4 years. Finish strong. Leave with benefits, experience, and a better resume than any other job string can produce. Here is a practical checklist to help you move. Day 1 to day 3, stabilize your address. Set up a simple bank account so direct deposit is easy later. You can go to Navy Federal or the credit union. They usually pay you 1 or 2 days in advance than most other bank when you receive your military check. Let's say that the check is on the 1st and the 15th. You will receive probably your check on the 29th and on the 13th or the 14th, for instance, something like that. And make sure your phone number is reliable. Day 4 to day 7. Visit a recruiter. Ask questions. Take note. Do not sign anything. You're just asking questions. Day 8 to day 14. Watch your mailbox. Your social security card usually arrives first. As soon as it does, call your recruiter and schedule next steps. Day 15 to day 30. Gather all documents. Study the ASVAB subjects you need most. Walk or run every day and clean up your diet. If you have a serious partner and you are planning to marry anyway, have an honest conversation about formalizing your commitment so your family is protected and eligible for support. Only marry for love and shared life, not for money. If you have children or parents who depend on you, gather proof of support. Day 30 and beyond, sign the contract that aligns with your goals, not your fears. Ship, train, and treat it like a mission. You can join my school community before you do all of that. Since day 0, since you're watching this video, join my school community. Let me talk money again because numbers cut through pride. Imagine you do not join. You drive rideshare 44 to 50 hours a week. On a good month, you bring in 3,000 after expenses. You pick up a second job at a warehouse for another 1,000. Your rent is 1,500. Food, gas, phone, and insurance hit the rest. You try to save, but emergencies keep showing up. Now, imagine you join. You do not have to guess when the deposit hits. If you have a spouse or child, your housing allowance helps cover the roof even while you are in training. After training, if you go active duty, your family moves to your duty station with you and your housing allowance adjusts to local rates. Your medical is not a surprise. You have a medical and your family also. Your dental also is not a surprise. Your paycheck is not a surprise. Your savings account grows. Your credit score rises because your bills are paid on time. Your stress drops because the big rocks are covered. Then the real advantage begins. Tuition assistance pays for college classes while you are in uniform, so you do not burn your GI Bill early. Your GI Bill is still waiting when you leave, and it pays the school directly while also paying you a monthly housing allowance based on the school's zip code. When I went to school after service, my tuition was covered and my monthly housing allowance was $2,500-ish or more depending on the city. My rent at the time was around $1,400. The difference covered groceries, utilities, gas, and savings. Nobody asked for receipts. I studied online around my work schedule, finished degrees, and moved into a career where my service made me stand out. The VA disability system compensates you for the wear and tear of service. You must document, file, and follow through. When I left the military, my initial rating was 60%. I did not stop there. I filed for an increase with new evidence and reached 70%. I kept learning, kept documenting, and moved to 80%, then 90%, then 100% permanent and total. That did not happen by luck. There is a right way to build evidence, a right way to appeal, and a rate to follow. I teach that rate because I live it. Today, that rating pays $4,544 every month tax-free for life, and every single year, it will keep increasing. You can choose faith-based decisions about loans like I do. I do not use the VA home loan because of my beliefs. You may choose differently. Either way, the system has legal, powerful tools you can use to build a life that does not look like endless hustles and no savings. Let me circle back to marriage and dependence because people twist this one on the internet. I'm not asking you to marry for a paycheck. I'm asking you to align your real life with the benefits designed to support a real family. If you are in a committed relationship and both of you already plan to marry, you are not gaining anything by doing it sooner. Court fees are small. You can host a big celebration later when you have the money. What matters is that your spouse and child are protected while you train and that you are not trying to build a marriage in a long-distance fog with no structure. Use the structure the right way. Support your family. Save aggressively. Keep your paperwork honest. If you do not have a partner, that is fine. Focus on your job choice and savings. Channel that energy into your physical training and your ASVAB preparation. Your time will still compound. A final word on faith and discipline because I know many of you care about this like I do. The military will test you. It will strip comfort and force you to grow up. It will also give you a schedule, mentors, and a standard. If you came from a country where chaos was normal, this structure is a gift. If you came from a life where temptation pulls everywhere, this structure helps you build guardrails. From that base, you can be a better husband, wife, father, mother, son, or daughter. You can send money home without destroying your future here. You can build something that blesses your family for decades. If you won the DV lottery and you are watching this right now on a bored couch or in your car, hear me clearly. Join my school community and then go talk to a recruiter this week, not to sign, just to learn. Then come back and prepare the right way. If you want someone who has done it to show you exactly what to ask, how to choose, what to avoid, and how to line up your benefits so you do not waste years, that is what I built my school community for. I have helped many people one by one before there was a community. Now I put everything in one place so you do not have to guess. We can build this together. I need to build this community based on your question, based on what you need. You will find scripts, checklists, timelines, filing guides, and live Q&A so you can do this once and do it right. If you want to learn plays like this before you even join, the link to my school community is in the description below. That is where we break it all down step by step. Watch this video that YouTube believes will be helpful to you next. Drop a comment if you have any questions at all, and I will answer them. If this video helped you, subscribe for more plays that turn service into freedom, and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching till the end. Peace. I'm gone.